Hey, welcome back to another episode of Soulful Sundays with Madge. If you are new to this channel, my name is Madge. I want to thank you all for supporting the channel. While on this journey with me, we're going to talk about different challenges that may come up in our lives at different points in time and how our perspective can be one of our greatest tools that can help us to be victorious as we overcome some of these apparent life obstacles. And as always, feel free to hit the like button, ring the bell to subscribe to the channel. This way, every time I upload, you will receive notification. You can feel free to leave a comment below, and you can always email me at askmadge18@gmail.com with any questions you may have concerning this video, a past video, or just anything in general. So, let's go ahead and get started with this week. This week something came up. It's always usually something comes up. And I guess I really wasn't sure how I wanted to convey the message this week. But what happened was I had to make a very difficult decision this week. And I knew that this decision, when I made it, it was going to cause some pain in some people's lives. I knew that I was actually going to hurt someone that I really loved. And I would never want to hurt anyone that I love. But I knew that the actions that I had to take were actions of love. And because I knew that it was coming from a place of love, I was better equipped to deal with the onset of like the initial pain that it was going to cause, because I knew and I was able to trust that the very decisions that I was making were the best decisions for everyone involved. And it made me think about in life, when we have challenges that come up or we have to make these really tough decisions, you ever have those moments where it's like, you need to do something, you need to make like a big change or a big decision in your life, and you just don't know what to do. So sometimes you call your friend, or you call someone that you trust to give you some solid advice and to let you know if they think it's a good idea, or if you should do it or if you shouldn't do it. But when you think about life, it's like, it's your life. And sometimes we put huge responsibilities on other people to lead us in a direction of our very own livelihood, or, the things that are connected to like our destiny, or just big decisions. And I too would sometimes I did this in the past, where I didn't feel confident. I didn't trust myself enough to know if I was making the right moves in my life. And, now I'm at a place where I am able to better trust myself and to lead and guide myself down the right path, and trust that even if I don't know how it's going to look on the other side, that I believe that the intentions behind the actions, if they're pure and if they're coming from a genuine place, I'm going to always choose to believe that no matter what, because it was pure and it was good, that the other side of that decision, there's going to be good attached to it. So it made me think about two different ways life can teach us how to trust ourselves during challenging times and to make the right decisions for ourselves in our lives. So I was thinking about, and I'm sure you've all been here before in life, where you need to make a change, or you need to have an uncomfortable conversation with someone, or that you've been thinking of doing something in your life and you just are nervous. You're scared to make the move because you don't know what's on the other side. You don't know what it's gonna look like. So sometimes because we don't know what it's gonna look like, or we don't know how that conversation is gonna be, we may choose to not do anything at all. We may choose to sit in it. And even though we know it's gonna cause us some discomfort, we're like, oh, well, I'd rather have discomfort and know what this looks like, what it feels like, what it's gonna be like, than to step out on the other side and not know anything. So I think like there's two different ways that changes happen where we're forced to deal with situations. And I think that either one way is we say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna choose to believe that whatever is on the other side is going to be far better than how I'm feeling in this moment. Whatever conversation I need to have is gonna lead me to a better place than where I'm at right now. Or you stay in it, and what happens is life disrupts you and it forces you to deal with either the difficult conversation or the changing of your circumstance. So what does that look like when life forces you? That could be maybe a sudden loss of your job. Maybe you knew that you were unhappy. Maybe you knew that life was calling you to do something else, to start this business or use your creativity to do something else, but you stayed because you knew what that was like. You knew that you were gonna have steady income coming in, so you just decided to stay in it. And then life disrupts you and it forces you to make a change. It could be unexpected divorce. It could be unexpected loss. It could be a situation where you have to relocate and you have to move somewhere else. So those are the two ways. And I think I want to give much respect to those people who choose to say, you know what, I'm going to choose to believe that there's something on the other side, and I'm just going to take a leap of faith, and I'm going to go and I'm going to believe and I'm going to follow this hunch. I'm going to have that conversation, or I'm just going to go and I'm going to do it, because I feel like to have faith and to have that strong sense of hope, knowing that something is going to be there without any evidence of seeing it, it takes real courage. And so I commend those people who just choose to make those decisions. No matter how difficult it is, you do it because you believe. You're believing in something that you haven't even seen in your current conditions, but you're believing that something's gonna show up, or that conversation is gonna be of a good conversation and the outcome is gonna be good. So you just go with it, right? Well, I wasn't that person. This week when I had to make a difficult decision, I was that person. But what helped me to become that person and trusting that I can make those sound decisions in my life is because life forced me to make some really, really tough decisions. My life was dismantled, and in it being dismantled, I had no choice but to look at things differently. I had no choice but to have faith and choose to believe that no matter how this situation looked, I was gonna have to make some very difficult decisions, but in making those decisions, I was gonna choose to believe that those decisions were gonna lead me on the other side to something better. Even when things did not look good in my current state, my current conditions, I still wanted to believe that it would get better. And so what I found was that I was at a peak, then life forced me down into this valley, which was really scary. It's really terrifying when you're, as I would say, you almost feel like you're in the wilderness, like everything you knew, you no longer know, and you have to relearn. But what happened was, in the valley, I learned how to make some difficult decisions. I learned how to trust myself. I learned how to trust that the decisions that I was making could bring forth really good experiences if I made the decisions the right way. And how I'm trying to say that is, sometimes it's not so much about the decisions that we have to make. It's about our intentions behind the decisions. What is the intentions? What are the thoughts that we have when we're making these decisions? Are we thinking thoughts that are for the greater good of all the parties involved? Are we thinking thoughts that even though it's uncomfortable, even though it's scary, even though it may challenge us to see life differently, that we know it's truly good, it's for the good, that we're hoping for the best? And I think that, like, when we start looking at the decisions that we make in that manner, that we can always trust that no matter what happens, and it is tough, like, because sometimes difficult decisions can cause you to maybe lose a friendship, or maybe cause a breakup, or maybe, it's a changing of a job, or maybe it's a relocation. Maybe it is something that is going to create major changes and shifts in your life. But I feel that if we're coming from a place of love, if we're coming from a place of wanting good for everyone involved, then we can trust that no matter what the decision is, that we're always going to make the right decision, that there's no such thing as a wrong decision. No matter what it is, you make the right decision because you're going to learn from it. You're going to grow from it. And that is what happened this week for me. Well, it was because in life I've had series of decisions that I've had to make in order to grow in life, in order to learn from past situations and circumstances, that I've become comfortable in knowing that, you know what, even if I make a decision and it hurts me, even if I make a decision and it changes my life, even if I make a decision and it means that certain things are gonna look different, I've already started to see evidence that as long as I make the decision with love, as long as I make those decisions with good intentions, no matter what the outcome is, it's always going to be for the best. So what I say to you is, start to trust yourself more. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. It is okay to question the decisions that we make in life, or the decisions that you're going to be making in life. But if you believe that the decisions that you're making are going to be for your good, they're going to be for the good of everyone around you, all parties involved, there is never a such thing as making a wrong decision. So I thank you so much for tuning in another week of Soulful Sundays with Madge. And until next week, take care and have a blessed one. Bye.